Hello friends, how are you doing today? So in this short video, we will be discussing the analysis of GS paper 3 and we will discuss the ideal approach for 2021. As you all know that GS paper 3 was the most low scoring paper last year. Even people, even some rankers, they got marks in 70s and 80s in GS paper 3. This year we don't know the trend, but still GS paper 3 is a paper where majority of people are struggling, right? Even though the kind of questions they are asking are not very tough, but still why people are unable to score marks, we will also try to decipher that in this lecture. Okay? So before we begin, let me start with the announcement that Smash Mains 2021 has been launched, and those people, those aspirants who have failed in prelims this year, or those aspirants who have given this year mains but they are not expecting top 100 rank, because see, if you don't get into top 100, definitely you will give the exam again. So if you are not expecting top 100 rank, there is no point wasting the time, wasting for your result, because this year the time is very less. If we see, after prelims we just have around 75 days for your mains. So at that time, 2.5 months is very insufficient to actually practice answer writing or to actually enhance your answers. So this is the right time where you are free, where you don't know what will be your next step. So I believe this, if you can do the answer writing in February and March, this will definitely help you in improving your answers, right? So Smash Mains is open, and we are only choosing 50 students. So in all likelihood, in next 1 week, the seats will be filled. So those who are interested in joining that, you have to mail your copies to my email sajal@civilsdaily.com. We will also share that in the description. Based on your answer copies and your mark sheet, we will make a decision that whether we will enroll you in Smash Mains or not, right? And those students who have not given mains, for them we have MEP program, Mains Essential Program. They can enroll there. Okay, so let us now begin with the analysis of GS paper 3. So we start with economics or economy. So if we talk of economy, basically this is again one of the most important topics, most important subjects in mains. If we see the trend analysis of last 7-8 years, we see that on an average from pure economics, they have been asking at least 50 marks have been asked from the GS or from the economy paper. So if we see the trend analysis that's behind me, you will find that there are 4 areas from which UPSC has been asking questions, and these 4 areas include growth, budget, liberalization, and infrastructure and investment. In investment, we will also include the PPP models. So from these 4 areas, if we see the trend analysis, this year in 2020, there has been 35 marks has been asked from growth and 15 from infrastructure and investment. This year and last year, the weightage of economics has been revolving around 50 marks. Before that, it was more. It was 65 in 2018, 75 in 17, and 75 in 16. So now let's move into the areas in economics where you need to focus upon. So you need to focus upon these 7-8 areas because UPSC has been asking more questions from these areas. It does not mean, I'm not saying that you have to ignore the other areas. What I'm trying to say is that these 7-8 areas you have to give special focus, which means your notes should be updated with data, committees, etc., etc. So these 7 areas include GDP growth and associated issues. Now this is perhaps the most favorite topic of UPSC. Every second year they ask a question on growth. Second is inclusive and sustainable growth. Now back to back they have asked a question from this theme. Last year also they had asked a question from dealing with inclusive growth and sustainable growth, and this year also they have asked the question, combining inclusive and sustainable growth. Third is with respect to budget and associated data. So budget, economic survey and associated data. So every year they have been asking question either from budget or they are asking a question from some other area or some issues related to economic survey. Or also sometimes they are asking questions from different types of budgeting which include gender budgeting, outcome budgeting. So इसलिए it's very important that you read about all kinds of budget, plus you also read about this year's budget when you prepare for mains. Third is with respect to PPP modules. So if we talk of different PPP models, so UPSC has been asking question. They have asked the question in 13, 14, 17, 20. So from last 6-7 years they have asked or 4 times they have asked question from PPP models. Now PPP models are of different types, EPC, HAM, or sometimes they ask question combining the whole PPP scenario. So PPP is again a very, very important area. You need to read about Baba Kalyani committee. Sorry, not Baba Kalyani, you have to read about the Kelkar committee. Baba Kalyani is about SEZ. So you need to read about the Kelkar committee. You need to read about other recent initiatives dealing with PPP. इसके बाद manufacturing sector or what we call as manufacturing growth. That is also an area where UPSC has been focusing. They have asked questions from manufacturing growth at least thrice in last 6 years. Next we have is external sector and liberalization. So this is also an important area. They are asking questions from external sector, liberalization, India's economic reforms. So all these, you need to read more about that. There have been some very good articles on LiveMint. So LiveMint May 2016 when there were 25 years of economic reforms, there was a series of articles they published. I believe that is a very good way to prepare for this topic. So next we have is surprises in this paper, surprises in 2020 paper. So basically if we see the trend analysis, we see that it was easier than GS 1 and 2. GS 1 and 2 there were certain questions which were below belt, but GS paper 3 mein all the questions, if you have been following Civils Daily News Card, if you have been following Samachar Manthan, all these questions would have been easily attemptable. So it was easier than GS 1 and 2. Secondly, there have been more questions from syllabus and current affairs. When we say syllabus, so agriculture marketing is part of syllabus, food processing is part of syllabus, right? So syllabus से इन लोगों ने काफी ज़्यादा questions पूछे हैं, तो that is why your syllabus becomes very important. So my advice to you is that you make जो syllabus है हमारे UPSC का, उसको आप कट करके चिपका दो अपने रूम में और उसको रोज रिवाइज करो कि हाँ GS पेपर 3 में these are the areas which are part of the syllabus, so I need to give special focus to those areas which are explicitly mentioned in the syllabus. Third is the weight of growth or the weightage of growth increased significantly this year. So if we compare, you see that last year they have been, or at least 25 marks were asked from growth. This year they have increased to 35 marks. ठीक है, इसके अलावा there has been question asked on inclusive growth again and again. Last year also they had asked, this year also they had asked. Similarly, this year they have asked no question from budget, which is surprising because from last 3 years they have been asking question from budget. Similarly, one very important thing about GS paper 3 is that GS paper 3 में questions जो होते हैं, they are mostly shorter and they are direct, right? And this is the reason. This is kind of a trap for the students because question क्या होता है, बिल्कुल एक ही डायरेक्शनल में होता है और लोगों को लगता है कि जो क्वेश्चन में पूछा हुआ है I have to only write that, right? For example, this year they have asked this question: what are the main constraints in transport and marketing of agriculture produce in India? ठीक है, अब ये जो है क्वेश्चन, ये आपका जो क्वेश्चन है ये बेसिकली एकदम डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन है, ठीक है ना? लेकिन आप जब लिखोगे तो आप यू विल ऑल्सो मेंशन द गवर्नमेंट इनिशिएटिव्स, You will also mention the way forward, what can be done to improve it. तो ये सारी चीज आपको लिखनी पड़ेगी आंसर्स में. You cannot just write that these are the 5 constraints facing transport sector, agriculture, marketing sector, and that's all. You cannot do that. You will always lose marks. So the question can be shorter, but your answer should cover all these dimensions. Next we have is sources. So I believe you should restrict the sources to 5 or 6. For example, you can read the CD's economy material, again very helpful for you. Then you can read about Samachar Manthan. So CD's economy material is compiled by a professional economist who is working or who was working in Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council, Himanshu sir. So एक तो ये हो गया. Second हो गया आपका Samachar Manthan. Again we give special focus to economics. Those who are part of Samachar Manthan course, they all have been, they all will agree with me that we have almost covered all these issues in our weekly lecture. Third is Live Mint, again a very good source for reading economy articles. Then you can go through the economic survey and budget, and finally the CD mains test series, because in sectional test our idea is that we should cover all these different dimensions, all these topics जहां से questions आ सकते हैं UPSC में, and many of these questions came from these sectional tests. So let's now see the alignment with our test series. So we'll first go through the first question, which is explain intra-generational and intergenerational issues of equity from the perspective of inclusive growth and sustainable development. This was asked by UPSC. Our Samachar Manthan weekly test had asked this question: what do you understand by fiscal deficit? Does higher fiscal deficit violate the principle of intergenerational equity in the longer run? Critically analyze. ठीक है, तो बेसिकली काफी हद तक if you would have attempted that question, आप जो UPSC वाला क्वेश्चन था, you would have also easily, or you must have easily attempted the UPSC question also. Next we have is this is the UPSC question: define potential GDP and explain its determinants. What are the factors that have been inhibiting India from realizing its potential GDP? Now this was asked by UPSC, and we have asked this question among the several factors for India's potential growth. At this moment, government expenditure is the most effective one. Do you agree? What are the impediments in increasing government expenditure? तो काफी हद तक मिलता जुलता क्वेश्चन था. Next we have is this question asked by UPSC: explain the meaning of investment in an economy in terms of capital formation. Discuss the factors to be considered while designing a concession agreement between a public entity and a private entity. Now we have asked this question: what are the different models of PPP? How has India's experience so far with the PPP? What are the changes required to make it more efficient? Now this is only one question, but we have also asked various questions in Samachar Manthan which were very close to the UPSC, which were very close to the question asked by the UPSC. Next we have this question asked by UPSC: explain the rationale behind the GDP and Service Tax Act of 2017. How has COVID-19 impacted the GST compensation fund and created a new federal tension? This is asked by UPSC. We have asked this question: what were the reasons for making provisions under GST for paying the states compensation for tax revenue shortfall? What are the implications of the provisions for the central government? Similarly, we have asked this question in Samachar Manthan. The GST has been a grand bargain in cooperative federalism, but the issue of GST compensation to the states in the aftermath of lockdown threatens this achievement in federalism. In the light of this, explain the issues of compensation and suggest the ways to deal with it. कितना close है ये UPSC के? बिल्कुल close है. If you would have attempted it, बहुत easily आप UPSC का question भी attempt कर सकते हो. Now let's move to agriculture. So some people consider agriculture to be part of economics. Well, yes, that's part of economics, but because UPSC has been asking so many questions from agriculture, almost equal questions from agriculture. So we are dealing with agriculture as a different or a exclusive subject, because agriculture में कई सारे questions, they have more environmental outlook, they have more science type outlook. That is why we are not combining agriculture with economy. So agriculture is the single most important topic for your UPSC preparation. And you can see that from the trend analysis behind me. You can see how UPSC has been asking minimum 50 marks or 40 to 50 marks, they have been asking from agriculture topic. बहुत ज़्यादा है यार, ये एक टॉपिक से इतने अगर आपके आ रहे हैं, इतने मार्क्स आपके हेल्प करते हैं. So you should give special focus to agriculture. Read all about agriculture. Read Kurukshetra. Read important article. जो भी agriculture में आपका है, you go through that. I will also mention the sources, after this trend analysis. So if we see the trend analysis, this year they have asked 45 marks from, or 45 marks जो है allocation था agriculture का, which has been less than the last year's weightage. Last year it was 75, before that was 60, 50, 50, 50. तो minimum 40 marks का तो UPSC पूछ ही रही है agriculture से. Earlier the weightage was less, but in last 4-5 years the weightage of agriculture has significantly increased in GS paper 3. So let's see the areas from which UPSC has been asking questions. First is MSP and PDS. Again, very, very important. They have asked a question in 19, 18, 17, 14 and 13. और अभी तो farmers protest चल रहा, so there has been lot of articles which has been or you'll see a lot of articles on MSP and PDS in Hindu and in Express. So make a note of these articles. Second is cropping patterns. Again, very important topic. From last 5 years, they have been continuously asking 1 or 2 questions or even 3 questions from cropping pattern. Third is e-technology in the aid of farmers. ये बहुत ज़्यादा important नहीं है, but UPSC ने इस साल पूछा है इस पे 10 marks का. Last time UPSC had asked the question in 2015. Then food processing and marketing. Again, very, very important topic. Very, very important. मतलब ये तो कुछ ऐसे टॉपिक है जो हमें पता है कि यूपीएससी पूछेगा. So that is why our content should never be generic. It should contain all the data, all these important government initiatives. They should be included in your answers. So food processing में इस बार they have asked 20 marks का वो weightage, ठीक है ना. Last year it was 15. And next is land reform. So land reform से भी they have asked question in 13 and 16. Since then they have not asked a question on land reform, but because land reform has been ignored for so many years, definitely it becomes a probable topic for your next mains. So what are the areas you need to focus upon in agriculture? So first is irrigation sector. Very, 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 very important. All kinds of irrigation, micro irrigation, sprinkler, drip, जितने भी type के हैं, watershed management. All these are very, very important areas. They have asked a question in 19, 16 and 15. Then sustainable agriculture. So this is an area which is somehow between environment and agriculture. So mostly the focus of UPSC has been on asking at least one question from sustainable agriculture, right? Third is cropping patterns. Again, very, very, very important, topic. Rice, wheat, maize, which are the areas in India जहाँ पे क्या cropping pattern है और उनमें क्या issues है and what needs to be done to improve that. So all this you need to study, all this you need to make note of. Next is food processing. Again, very, very, very important topic. Agriculture marketing, very important. MSP and agriculture subsidies. So these are the areas where you need to give special focus in agriculture. ठीक है, तो is there any surprise this year? So weightage has decreased from 50 to 45, not 50 I guess, from 75 to 45. So there has been a significant fall and more or less agriculture में direct questions नहीं आए थे इस बार. So what are the sources you need to refer? So the biggest source should be Ashok Gulati's article on agriculture in Indian Express. If you follow Ashok Gulati article for a year, definitely you will be able to attempt majority of the questions related to agriculture. बहुत अच्छे लिखते हैं, ठीक है. Second is Kurukshetra, and you need to be selective about that because you cannot waste your 2 days in reading Kurukshetra. There are certain articles which are good in Kurukshetra. You can give you can read those articles. Next we have is Samachar Manthan. Samachar Manthan, again we cover agriculture excessively. Every week we have one theme related to agriculture. Last week we discussed agriculture R&D. This week we will be discussing agriculture credit, and last week we discussed agriculture insurance. तो हम agriculture से related जितनी भी probable themes हैं, we try to give a comprehensive article, or we discuss the topic in comprehensive sense in our Samachar Manthan lecture series. चौथा हो गया आपका main test series. Again, many of the questions are similar. जो हमने पूछे थे वो UPSC ने भी पूछे हैं. And finally the CD website daily material. तो ये जो है आप जो है, I think this is more than enough for agriculture. Next is how aligned our test series was with the UPSC. Let's see that. So first is, what are the main constraints in transport and marketing of agricultural produce in India? This is asked in UPSC. We had asked this question. The APMC Act has been blamed for the poor price realization by the farmers. Recently announced reforms promised to do away with such issues in APMC Act. In the light of this, examine the issues with APMC Act and how the promised reforms are expected to resolve such issues. एकदम सेम है, ठीक है. उसके बाद, what are the challenges and opportunities of the food processing sector in the country? How can income of farmers be substantially increased by increasing food processing? ये था आपका UPSC का क्वेश्चन. The question we have asked was that India is one of the biggest food processing hubs in the world, but recently the food processing industry in India is not showing the desired results. Write a note on challenges being faced by food processing industry in India. Also suggest the measures needed to revamp the food processing sector. एकदम सेम हमने क्वेश्चन पूछा था. Next we have is, what are the major factors responsible for making rice wheat system a success? In spite of this success, how has the system became bane in India? This was asked by UPSC. We have asked this question. Analyze critically whether the existing cropping patterns in different parts of India would need any change for better agriculture performance in the future. Almost similar type का हमने question पूछा है. Next we have is, this question is asked by UPSC. Suggest measures to improve water storage and irrigation system to make it judicious use under depleting scenario. ये UPSC question था. हमने जो पूछा था, what do you understand by micro irrigation? Discuss its importance to a country like India. So very similar. ठीक है. Now let's move to internal security. So internal security, again, very important topic, very important. Why it's very important? Because see, let's discuss the cost benefit analysis. Economics, everything under the sun is part of economy. There is no defined syllabus. Some topics are very vague, right? You focus so much attention to economics, and वहां से कितने मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन आया है और कितने मार्क्स आए हैं? 50 मार्क्स का है, ठीक है ना? And you have to devote so much energy for this. Internal security का क्या है कि fixed syllabus है. There are only 8 to 9 topics in internal security, right? And the kind of questions UPSC has been asking in internal security, more or less, they are of same kind. कोई भी question below the belt नहीं होता है. They are asked from the expected themes. ठीक है ना? तो therefore you should give special focus to internal security because these are easy 50 marks you can gain. Easy 50 marks. I am repeating again. Easy 50 marks. Because there is very less or there is very well defined syllabus और वहीं से UPSC पूछ रहा है हर साल. ठीक है ना? So if we see the trend analysis, UPSC 4 क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है internal security से. 50 marks जो है that has been the weightage which has been given to internal security. Last year भी उतना ही था, इस साल भी उतना ही है. एंड इन फ्रॉम यूपीएससी 4 मेजर थीम्स है जहां से वो पूछ रहा है. एक बॉर्डर मैनेजमेंट, very very important. They have asked 2 questions from border management this year also, last year also. Second is extremism and terrorism. Third is cyber security, and fourth is money laundering. These are the 4 areas where UPSC has been asking questions. ठीक है, अब हम आते हैं areas to focus पे. तो सबसे ज्यादा तो साइबर सिक्योरिटी, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एवरी ईयर 1 क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम साइबर सिक्योरिटी, मतलब लिख के दे लो वहां पे. ठीक है ना. तो साइबर सिक्योरिटी से के अराउंड जितने भी डेवलपमेंट्स हो रहे हैं, द गवर्नमेंट, यू नीड टू मेक अ वेरी गुड नोट ऑन साइबर सिक्योरिटी. ठीक है. सेकेंड इज बॉर्डर मैनेजमेंट, अगेन वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. और खासकर लास्ट 1 साल से वी हैव टेंशंस इन चाइना बॉर्डर, वी हैव टेंशंस इन नेपाल बॉर्डर, वी हैव टेंशंस इन पाकिस्तान बॉर्डर, तो वहां तो रहता ही है. तो इसलिए बॉर्डर मैनेजमेंट जो है वो काफी न्यूज में भी था. एंड नाउ दैट वी हैव दिस इंटीग्रेटेड थिएटर कमांड, so that is why it again becomes a very important topic, and it again becomes a very probable theme for 2021. Next is left wing extremism, again very very favorite topic of UPSC. हर 2 साल में एक बार UPSC left wing extremism के बारे में जरूर पूछता है. And lastly terrorism, this is also an area where UPSC mostly asks the question. अब any surprises this year? So more or less direct questions थे और सेम लाइन पे ही थे. सोर्सेज क्या है? अब सोर्सेज में देखो, हमारा सीडी का काफी अच्छा, वी हैव मेड इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी मटेरियल, 100 पेज का है, एंड दैट इज वेरी गुड. वी हैव अपडेटेड दैट विद द रीसेंट इनिशिएटिव्स आल्सो. सो आई थिंक इफ यू कैन रीड दैट एंड यू कैन अपडेट दैट विद न्यूज़पेपर, आई बिलीव योर सिक्योरिटी प्रिपरेशन विल बी डन. इसके अलावा हमारा जो डेली न्यूज कार्ड आता है, वहां पे भी वी ऑल्सो cover important OPS related to security. Thirdly, Samachar Manthan, we give special focus. ORF, it's a magazine, and also IndianDefenseReview.com. That is also a good website where all these diplomats, all these retired generals, they usually publish their articles. अब हम आते हैं how aligned our test series was with the internal security questions asked by UPSC. पहला क्वेश्चन, डिस्कस डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ साइबर क्राइम्स एंड मेजर्स रिक्वायर्ड टू बी टेकन टू फाइट द मेनेंस. अब समाचार मंथन में हमने कम से कम 5 क्वेश्चंस पूछे हैं इस टाइप के, बट आई एम ओनली टेकिंग द मेन टेस्ट सीरीज क्वेश्चन. तो उसमें वी हैव आस्क्ड दैट एज डिजिटल इंडिया ग्रोज, साइबर सिक्योरिटी वल्नरेबिलिटीज विल इंक्रीज टू. इन दिस कॉन्टेक्स्ट critically analyze India's cyber security capabilities. Next we have is this question which says, what are the determinants of left-wing extremism in eastern part of India? What strategy should government of India, civil administration and security forces adopt to counter the threat in the affected areas? You need to answer this. हमारा जो क्वेश्चन है, जो हमने पूछा था, वो ये था, the government of India has adopted an integrated and holistic approach to deal with the left-wing extremist insurgency. In this context, discuss the challenges while dealing with this internal security in India. Critically analyze the steps taken by India to curb this menace. Next we have is this question, analyze internal security threats and trans-border crimes along Myanmar, Bangladesh and Pakistan borders, including line of control. Also discuss the role played by वेरियस सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस इन दिस रिगार्ड. तो ये जो क्वेश्चन है, इस पे हमने जो पूछा है क्वेश्चन, वो ये पूछा है कि क्रॉस बॉर्डर मूवमेंट ऑफ इंसर्जेंट्स is only one of the several security challenges facing the policing of border in northeast India. Examine the various challenges currently emanating across the India Bangladesh border. Also discuss the steps to counter the challenges. अब खुद देखो आप कि हमने जो है ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर क्वेश्चन पूछा है. नेक्स्ट वी हैव साइंस. तो साइंस का क्या है, अपना वेटेज है. एवरी ईयर दे आस्क मिनिमम 2 क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम साइंस, मिनिमम 2 एंड मैक्सिमम 3. दिस इज द वेटेज दे यूजुअली गिव टू साइंस. ठीक है. अब अगर हम साइंस की बात करें, दिस ईयर दे आस्क्ड 3 क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम साइंस. So the total weightage they have given is 40. 2019 में जो था ये था 25, 25, 35, तो ऑलमोस्ट 2 से 3 क्वेश्चन साइंस से पूछते हैं यूपीएससी वाले. अब बेसिकली यू डोंट नीड टू डू पीएचडी टू एक्चुअली अटेम्प्ट दीज. तो अगर इफ यू नीड टू फोकस ऑन द एरियाज, सो द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एरियाज विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू साइंस आर नैनो टेक्नोलॉजी, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बायोटेक्नोलॉजी एंड एप्लीकेशन, दैट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक. तीसरा हो गया आपका यू नीड टू फोकस ऑन इमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजीज, इमर्जिंग जो अभी इमर्ज हो रही हैं, कीप अ नोट ऑन दैट, एंड इफ दैट टेक्नोलॉजी इज डेवलप्ड बाय इंडिया, definitely it becomes a very very probable theme for your UPSC mains. Next is new inventions and discoveries. Nobel जो मिलता है, ये सब मिलता है. They have asked the question on stem cell few years back, तो उस पे भी keep a note on that. So if were there any surprises this year? Well, basically there were no technical questions asked this year, so even a person from non-science background could easily attempt the kind of questions that were asked this year. And also questions were more application based. So what are the sources you need to refer for that? So you can go through the CD Daily Current Affairs जो हम लोग का publish होता है, उसमें we give special focus to science. Then the science section of the Hindu website, that is also a very very important area. And thirdly, the CD website or the science and technology static material we have in our website, so you can go through that. So let's now see the UPSC questions and how aligned they were with our test series. So this question was there, what do you understand by nanotechnology and how is it helping in health sector? Answer. So basically in our website we have published this news few months back, nano particles and their applications. So in this we also discussed about the health applications of nanoparticles. Secondly, we have asked this question in Samachar Manthan. Nanotechnology is a path-breaking technology which can create many new material and devices with wide range of applications such as nanomedicine and nanoelectronics. तो बिल्कुल similar kind of question हमने पूछा था. Next is this question which says, how is science interwoven deeply with our lives? What are the striking changes in agriculture triggered by or triggered off by the science-based technologies? तो ये जो क्वेश्चन था यूपीएससी का था. Now we had asked similar kind of questions in our mains test series. First is examine how India should use breakthroughs in biotechnology and genetic engineering for achieving the goal of low input high output agriculture, which is a prerequisite for doubling farmers income. तो अल्टीमेटली जो है हमने भी सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन ही पूछा था. नेक्स्ट वी हैव इज दिस क्वेश्चन आस्क्ड बाय यूपीएससी, डिस्क्राइब द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ डिराइविंग इलेक्ट्रिक एनर्जी फ्रॉम सनलाइट इन कंट्रास्ट टू द कन्वेंशनल एनर्जी जनरेशन. व्हाट आर द इनिशिएटिव्स ऑफर्ड बाय आवर गवर्नमेंट फॉर दिस पर्पस? द क्वेश्चन वी हैव आस्क्ड वाज, व्हाट आर द एडवांटेजेस ऑफ लिथियम आयन बैटरीज that make it more suitable for e-vehicles and other devices? Examine India's technological and manufacturing capabilities in this crucial product. Next is this question. COVID pandemic has caused unprecedented devastation worldwide. However, technological advancements are being availed readily to win over the crisis. Give an account of how technology was sought out to management of pandemic. अब ये जो टॉपिक था, इस पे हमने we have covered various news in last 6 months. I have shared you can find the link of these news behind me, and if you would have read those news or articles, so definitely you would have been easily able to solve this question. So let's now start with environment. So if you talk of environment का weightage जो है more or less it's been 25 to 30, it's revolving between 25 to 35 marks. Now there are a lot of questions which have an environmental tinge, but we include them in agriculture or in science. So pure environment से mostly 2 या 3 क्वेश्चन ये लोग हर बार पूछ रहे हैं. Last year also they had asked 2 questions, this year also they had asked 2 questions from environment. So if you see the trend analysis of environment, these are the 4 areas where UPSC has been asking question. One is EIA, environmental impact assessment. Second is BNC, which is which is biodiversity and conservation. Third is renewable energy, and lastly climate change and pollution. These are the 4 areas where UPSC has been asking questions. अब हम देखते हैं areas where you need to focus upon. So areas to focus की अगर हम बात करेंगे तो 3 मेन एरियाज हैं. एक EIA हो गया, अच्छे से उसको पढ़ लेना. सेकेंडली renewable energy, अगेन मोस्ट फेवरेट टॉपिक ऑफ UPSC. हर टाइप की renewable energy, सोलर, विंड, प्लीज go through that and make a note of that. And thirdly, waste management. These are the 3 areas where UPSC loves asking question. तो अगर हम sources की बात करें for environment, so there are 5 different sources which you can refer. First is the CD environment material, which is very, very comprehensive. Secondly, daily news cut. Again, we give special focus to environment. Thirdly, down to earth magazine, very, very important. They have, or they they cover a lot of articles, lot of good articles. They also cover a lot of good analysis on environment. So surely you can go through that. And Samachar Manthan, again we give special focus to environment. And lastly, mains test series. So let's see the kind of questions they have asked this year and how similar they were with our test series question. So first question they have asked is how the draft EIA notification 2020 differ from the existing EIA notification 2006. So the kind of question we have asked very similar question. The debate around the development and environment conservation has always been more tilted towards development side at the cost of environment. In such a scenario, critically analyze the amendments in the environment impact assessment. तो बिल्कुल सेम टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन हमने पूछा था. Similarly, this question was asked by UPSC. What are the salient features of Jal Shakti Abhiyan launched by Government of India for water conservation and water security? ये क्वेश्चन पूछा था यूपीएससी ने. हमने जो क्वेश्चन पूछा है वो ये पूछा है, इन अ वर्ल्ड ड्रिवन बाय क्लाइमेट चेंज, water as a public resource has become crucial. In the light of this, discuss how Jal Jeevan Mission will bring some respite in the life of the people in general and rural areas in particular. अब आप खुद देखो, एकदम सिमिलर क्वेश्चन जो है हमने पूछा सिमिलर थीम से. ठीक है. अब तीसरा क्वेश्चन जो हमने सेम पूछा था वो था कि विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू व्हाट आर द की फीचर्स ऑफ नेशनल क्लीन एयर प्रोग्राम इनिशिएटेड बाय गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. दिस इज आस्क्ड बाय यूपीएससी. हमने जो क्वेश्चन पूछा था समाचार मंथन में, इट वाज डिस्कस द की फीचर्स ऑफ नेशनल क्लीन एयर प्रोग्राम, विल इट बी एबल टू सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ एयर पोल्यूशन इन इंडिया, क्रिटिकली एग्जामिन. एकदम सेम क्वेश्चन देख रहे हो आप. तीनों क्वेश्चन जो एनवायरमेंट के थे एग्जैक्टली सेम हमने पूछे थे. नेक्स्ट वी हैव इज लास्ट टॉपिक विल डिस्कस इज डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट. तो डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट में हर बार अगेन फिक्स है, एक क्वेश्चन डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट से ये हमेशा पूछते हैं. एवरी ईयर दे आस्क वन क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट. तो लास्ट ईयर तो दे हैव आस्क्ड 3 क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट. तो लास्ट ईयर बट दिस ईयर दे आर आस्क्ड वन क्वेश्चन. एवरी ईयर एक तो पूछते ही है. और अगेन जस्ट लाइक इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी, कॉस्ट बेनिफिट यहाँ पे बहुत फेवरेबल है बिकॉज थीम्स काफी लिमिटेड है और हर बार एक क्वेश्चन जो है पक्का है. So let's see the areas from which or the areas you need to focus in disaster management. पहली चीज Sendai and Hyogo framework, again very important. ARC2 very important. NDMA guidelines 2010, again very important because 2 times they have asked questions where they have referred that in the light of NDMA guidelines 2010. And lastly NDMA and मिटिगेशन प्लान्स. तो एनडीएमए के जो कई सारे मिटिगेशन प्लान्स हैं, साइक्लोन ये मिटिगेशन हो गया और भी हो गया. इसके अलावा यू नीड टू गिव स्पेशल फोकस ऑन केस स्टडीज. सो इफ अहमदाबाद हैज अ गुड मॉडल, लाइक ओडिशा हैज अ गुड मॉडल फॉर फ्लड मैनेजमेंट, साइक्लोन मैनेजमेंट, तेलंगाना हैज गुड मॉडल फॉर हीट वेव मैनेजमेंट. तो इस टाइप के जो अच्छे केस स्टडीज हैं, प्लीज मेक अ नोट ऑफ दैट. नाउ लेट्स सी द क्वेश्चन दे आर आस्क्ड इन यूपीएससी एग्जाम. So this was the discuss the recent measures initiated in disaster management by the government of India departing from the reactive or earlier reactive approach discussed. तो ये जो क्वेश्चन यूपीएससी ने पूछा था, हमने जो पूछा था, हमने 2 क्वेश्चन पूछे थे और दोनों क्वेश्चन को अगर आप कंबाइन कर लेंगे तो यू विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व दिस यूपीएससी क्वेश्चन. पहला है दैट एनडीएमए इज डिवॉइड ऑफ मेनी इंपॉर्टेंट एलिमेंट्स दैट मेक अ गुड एंड रोबस्ट एक्शन प्लान. It may fulfill the formal requirement of a law of having a plan, but it may not be effective in achieving its grandiose vision of building resilience. तो ये हमने पूछा था मेन सेट सीरीज में. इसके अलावा we also asked this question and as extreme weather events turn into challenge for the disaster management authorities, analyze India's preparedness in dealing with the new threat. तो ये दोनों क्वेश्चन को अगर हम कंबाइन कर लेंगे तो you will be able to solve this question. So this is all we have in today's lecture. Have a good day. Thank you.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from Civils Daily.